To me, transcendental meditation today in Paris, when you live there, when you work there, and you have a family there, it's very obvious that the speed of life is very quick. Like if you had a rucksack on your back, and then you put one stone, and then you put another stone, and another stone, and then the bag becomes heavier and heavier. And that's what many people feel. They feel their life, they have everything they want on the material level, but they are not happy. They are not happy because they can't enjoy life. And most reason is the stress. They know that their relationships are polluted by stress. They know that at work there is a lot of tension between employees or with their boss, and they walk in the street also. So stress is a big thing. That is the first reason. Now another reason is that why people don't enjoy their life, because the source, the meaning of life, we could say the fundamental of life, is not lived. And man has an amazing, unlimited potential of energy, of intelligence, of love and happiness, but sometimes he doesn't know where to find it. And you know that very famous filmmaker David Lynch, he said he started transcendental meditation when one day he heard someone say, happiness is inside, is not outside. And today, through media, through internet, through leisure time, people look for happiness outside and they don't find it. I became a teacher of transcendental meditation when I was 20 years old. And there was a teacher training course in Mallorca in Spain. And at that time, I had no idea who was Maharishi, what he was saying, what he was teaching. There was almost no video. There was no video at all. There was two long playing records of Maharishi's voice, giving a lecture. That's all there was. We had no idea, who he was, how he was, what he was doing. Then I came to Mallorca, and the next day Maharishi arrived. And he was so small, I didn't imagine I thought he was a big man, very high, and he was very small. He was very pretty, very sweet, nice kind of serene atmosphere when he was walking around. And the whole course he was there, and that was beautiful. Every day we were talking with him, and I didn't know I was so lucky. And today we see in France, we have been hit several times already by terrorist attack in Paris, in other cities, other countries in Europe also, countries in Middle East, countries in Asia. And for that, the police and the army are helpless. They can track down the terrorists, they can put them to jail, they can put them to long time jail. It will not stop other people to commit attacks. And Maharishi had analyzed that thing, and he said, this is not a problem of religion, this is not a problem of culture, this is not a problem of antagonism between religion and democracy and all that. This is just the result of collective stress. So how to handle the collective stress? We know individual stress, we meditate twice a day to remove our own stress. But how can we help millions of people to remove the stress which is produced by them in the society, in the collective consciousness? And for that, we need a new tool. We need a new technique. And Maharishi has said, well, in the Vedic knowledge, there is a book called Maharishi Patanjali Yoga Sutra. And this book explains very clearly what are the steps to develop higher states of consciousness. And in these steps, in the third chapter, he speaks about the siddhis. And siddhis are a perfection of consciousness. And he explains very clearly that in one of his sutras, one of his aphorisms, that in the vicinity of yoga, all enmity collapses. So when you create an atmosphere of yoga, an atmosphere of coherence, of unity, then you neutralize the adversity, the antagonism, the enmity, the negativity, the stress around in the collective consciousness. Maharishi all the time is making you learn things, making you integrate the knowledge and integrate with activity. So TM is a technique. It's not a religion, it's not a philosophy, or it's not a metaphysics. It's just a technique. But behind that, all the experience of meditating is very much related to a very ancient wisdom, the wisdom from the Vedic knowledge, which is few thousand years old, very old. These years when I was a student, when I started meditating and I became a teacher, until now, it's been a long, long time of working for Maharishi and enjoying so many good experiences myself, meditating twice a day, but also to see that just in a couple of minutes, when you initiate someone to meditation, immediately his face changes, he becomes more relaxed, he starts to smile, he starts to be more happy. And for me, this is the greatest gift to teach.